All right, let's start the masterclass, guys. So, if in between the masterclass my voice is not audible or if my screen is not visible, you can inform me in the chat. I am regularly checking the chat, right? You can just inform me in the chat if my voice is not audible or if my screen is not visible. So let's start the master class with my introduction, right? So hello everyone. I am Abhishek Agrawal. I am a Microsoft certified Azure data engineer. I am having total 8 years of experience into Microsoft Azure domain. I have done my graduation from NIT Raipur in 2016, and after that, I worked 8 to 9 years completely into Azure data engineering domain. I worked 1 to 2 year in data analysis and data science domain, and after that, I worked completely into Azure data engineering domain. And in between the COVID time, I started teaching because I got some free time over there, right? I basically first of all taught my friends who lost their job in COVID, and then they were able to use my project and get a job in the real company, right? So they only suggested that, hey Abhishek, why don't you just get some students who are looking for that kind of a training? And then I started helping people, right? So one student became five students, five became 10 students, 10 became 15 students, and then I thought of opening education ellipse where we can provide the real time training, which we can basically offer the projects which we have done in the company, right? And then teach students so that they can basically switch their profile to the Azure cloud domain or a different cloud domain, right? So that is about me, okay? So I will first of all show you the journey in general, right? What was my journey in general, right? So suppose this is my LinkedIn profile. In my LinkedIn profile, if you can let me go down. Okay. So in my LinkedIn profile, you can check out my experience. So I worked 2 years, as I told, in data analysis and data science domain, right? And after that, I worked completely into Azure data engineering domain, right? So from Synity, I always worked on the data engineering domain. And between the COVID time, when I was in space detection, I got some free time and I started teaching the people into this Azure data engineering domain. And then I, like, after COVID got open, and then I was in Bangalore, right? And then I, instead of moving to Bangalore, when I was living in my hometown, which is in Chhattisgarh, I thought of coming to Europe, right? And I started applying the jobs across Europe, across out of India, right? Because I wanted to explore new opportunity. Then I got a job in Germany as Azure data engineer, and that is what I'm working over here, right? So this is pretty much about me. You can check out my LinkedIn profile, right? You can go through my LinkedIn profile, and then in my LinkedIn profile, I also share some content. Here you can see data warehouse cheat sheet, OLTP, OLAP cheat sheet, SCD implementation, window function, unit testing, and then another sheet about OLTP, OLAP, PySpark cheat sheet, right? So I share many good content, which can also help you to get a job, right? Many people got a job from following the LinkedIn content, practicing from this, because I also cover most of the interview question, because this is adaptive query execution is also interview question, catalyst optimizer is also interview question, how to handle schema changes is also interview question, what are the Python optimization you can do in also interview question, right? And then this is the interview question of quantify, and then like how to do cost optimization, what are the magic command you can do, what are the SCD implementation, how you can do that, what is the Python cheat sheet for the interview, right? So there are many different content which I post in the LinkedIn which might help you to get a job, right? So you can follow the LinkedIn channel. You can basically understand that what are the different things I posted, right? You can save that. And at the same time, in the today's masterclass as well, I will be sharing many contents, many slides, which you can also get it in from my LinkedIn without paying any cost. But like you can just go through it, you can understand it, it will help you, right? This is pretty much about me, right? Now let's go through the Education Ellipse website just to give you the overview about the our company itself, right? So in this particular company, as I told you that So in education ellipse, right? So I basically provide the training related to Azure, Microsoft infrastructure, and then with me, Vail Morgan is also there, who is the architect, senior architect, and he is also like a working professional. He provides all the training related to AWS, Fabric, Snowflake, right? So if you're looking for that kind of a training, then also we have that training. And then we recently launched like SQL training, Python training, Power BI training, right? So that also we launched. So we are soon launching all of that training. And in education ellipse, all the professional which we integrate is already working professional. It's not like they're a full-time trainer or anything of that sort. All the people are working right now in real-time projects, and that is what they teach, right? That is what they make sure that students learns that. So this is what we make sure in education ellipse, right? So in education ellipse, we provide the training from the mentors who are working in the industry, right? So that is what we do. And the people who joined today joined from one basic agenda, that all of you, 20 to 25 people who joined today, joined from one basic agenda, that all of you want to switch your career into the Azure data engineering domain, right? And when you want to switch your career to Azure data engineering domain, what are the things you need, right? What are the things you need? First of all, you need to basically do projects, right? You can because if you go to the interview, people will ask you what sort of work you have done. So we will teach you a real-time projects, and we will help you to understand real-time projects. What are the technical challenges we have faced while doing the project? How to implement the project? What is the architecture diagram we have used? We will help you to understand each and everything, right? Because I have worked in that project and I have used that project to crack multiple jobs, right? In India and across outside of India. So I can help you to understand that. So we provide a real-time project-based experience from the mentors who are working in the industry, such as me. I am working in Azure data engineering domain, so I will be providing that kind of a training. And we will help you with the interview preparation as well, because I have used those projects to get multiple jobs in India and also outside of India. So I will help you to get a job in India and outside of India as well. So how to prepare your resume, how to answer the interview question, how to answer technical challenges you have faced, how to answer scenario based question from the interview, what sort of a data you have handled, what was the team size you have worked with, right? All of that we will help you. And in our batch, it's not like 200, 100 students are there. We will learn a small batch size of 20, 30 people, and then we will try to do projects. That is what we will do. Okay. And it's a personalized learning. As I told you, that we will help you personally to make your resume, mock interview, everything will be taken care. And then it's a hands-on training from the mentors who are working in the industry. We will help you in the resume preparation, mock interview, and then we have a 7-day refund policy as well. So if you have joined our training, if you are not satisfied with our training, you can come back to us and get the refund in 7 days. None of the people come to us because of our teaching style, but we are giving that kind of a freedom as well. If you are not satisfied, come back to us. We will give you the refund in 7 days, right? We will not ask any question. We'll just give you the refund. And if you get our any course in the market in less of a price with the same syllabus, right? I am in this particular market from past 2 to 3 years. So if you get any course in the market in less of a price, you come back to us, we'll match the price or also give you the course for free if the price difference is huge. And then we offer a live courses as well, right? Suppose if you want to learn live, and then we have a recorded courses as well, right? So suppose we have this AWS course, Snowflake course, Databricks course, SQL Python course, and then we have a recorded material as well. Recorded means you just get a recording, you can learn it in your own pace. So suppose somebody wants to prepare for an interview in 10 days, they can get a recording, learn in 10 days. And if you want to learn live, right, then you can learn live as well. In that as well, you get a recording and you learn live as well. So suppose somebody wants to learn in a schedule that I want to attend class 7:30 p.m. IST, and then that gives me a schedule, and that also gives me a routine to learn, right? So you can opt for that particular option. And also you can go for a recording if you feel that you're self-motivated, you can learn it in your own pace, faster pace. So you can go for a recording option as well. So we have all of that option as well, right? So this is about our website in general, right? And then you can also check out the video reviews of the students who have completed the training. So suppose Deepak is one of my student who completed the training, was able to get a job, right? You can also check out the Jaskaran who get like 3x salary hike, right? From 6 LPA, he jumped to 30 LPA. And Harshit is there, who also basically completed the training from us. He was in London, he was in he was in UK, and then after graduation, he was also able to get a job in Expelio, right? And you can also check out some reviews over here. Like there are many reviews over here, which you can also go through and check out all of those reviews. Okay. So you can either check out the reviews in Urban Pro platform through which I started teaching first, right? And also you can check out the reviews in Google Maps. You can go over here, you can type education ellipse, and then you can also check out our reviews. So this is about in general introduction about me and also education ellipse, right? So now let's come to the main agenda of the today's masterclass so that we can conclude something, okay? So that we can learn something today, okay? So now, what we will do, we will try to go through the questions, okay? And I am not taking this masterclass for the first time. I have also took this masterclass probably in a month. I take 5 masterclass and I am teaching from past 2 to 3 years, right? So I have already taken like 100 to 200 masterclass, right? So I already know after taking so much of a masterclass, what are the question you guys have, right? You don't need to tell me, right? If you have any new question out of the box, you can anyways ask in the chat, but these are the general question which people might have. Sometimes people are confused that, hey, I am a layman guy, so I am confused, right? So what I need to understand, what is cloud? I don't know that. First question is that, what is cloud? Then sometimes you understand what is cloud. So your question is, Abhishek, I understood what is cloud. Tell me why I should learn only Azure. There is AWS, there is GCP, there is Alibaba Cloud. Why I should learn only Azure? Please tell me that. So that is the second question. Then the third question is, Abhishek, I know there is Chat GPT, all these things coming. So what is the future of Azure? Can you tell me about it? Now, if you understand this, sometimes people are questioning that, hey, Abhishek, why I should learn data engineering? Because there are many roles in the cloud, right? Why I should learn data engineering only? Then if you have learned that, then your question is how I can switch to data engineering, right? What is the roadmap of learning data engineering? Then if you understand all of this, your question is more of a, Abhishek, I am a fresher. Can I learn? I have a career gap. Can I learn? I have a 5 to 10 years of experience. Can I learn? How I can learn? Then if you have understood all of this, your question is, Abhishek, I am eligible or not? I am from Power BI background, I am from SSIS background, I am from Informatica background, I am from admin background, I am from mainframe background, what not? So can I learn? Is it suitable for me? Then if you have a question around, Abhishek, I don't know coding, I know SQL, I know Python, I know both. Can I learn? How I can learn, right? That is the question. Then after you understand all of this, you have more of a question about, hey, Abhishek, how we will do live projects, right? Wherever we will practice, how we can show experience, what kind of experience we can show, how we will handle the scenario based interview question, how we will handle the technical challenges faced kind of a question in the interview. All of these questions, right? Then sometimes you have a question about, hey, Abhishek, timing is not suitable. What are the certification I can do, right? What is the salary range I can get by doing this course? Then all of this question. So I will make sure each and every question is answered during the masterclass. And if any question is not answered, you can also have a talk one-on-one with me and I will try to clarify with the question. But what is the agenda of the today's masterclass is, the agenda of the today's masterclass is to understand each and every question which you have in your mind and glad to clarify like a very solid answer so that the roadmap is clear, how to approach data engineering is clear, and is this suitable for you, that is also clear, right? And then you can understand from your profile how to approach this, right? That is also clear. So we will be able to understand in end of the masterclass all of these questions, okay, that we will be able to understand. And also, if you're looking for any sort of a course, then I will give you some offers in the end of the course so that you can enroll for the course as well. We are starting a Azure Data Engineering course and also the Databricks, Azure Data Engineering, Databricks and Spark course from tomorrow onwards. So you can join the training as well if you're looking for any sort of a training, okay? But if you're not looking for a training as well, then also you'll get something out of it. So which will help you to prepare things and then you can come back to us later point of time, right? That also you can do. So please stay in end of the demo so that you get some answers, right? And if you need today's recording of the masterclass, you can type your number in the chat and then we will be sending you the today's recording of the masterclass after the demo, right? So please type your number in the chat so that the recording will be shared with you, right? All right, guys. So now let's try to start with the topics, okay? All right. Give me a moment. All right. So the introduction, website, my LinkedIn profile, everything is covered, right? But now what I will go through is so why cloud? What is cloud? Why Azure? Okay. So all of these questions which I have written and which I was talking about can be answered if you go through this flow. So first we will understand why cloud, what is cloud, why Azure. Then we will understand why and what of data engineering. Then we will understand what are the tools you should learn, right? So we'll go to this particular flow and then we'll follow this flow to understand everything, right? So let's try to understand with one basic question of why cloud, what is cloud, okay? So why cloud, what is cloud, why Azure, right? Let's try to understand that. So suppose over here, I will go to this particular slide and then I will give some examples, okay? So now if I go to this particular slide, why cloud? Let's try to understand that. So back in college days, I was using pen drive CDs. Now I don't no longer use pen drive CDs. Why I no longer use pen drive CD? Because it's hard to handle, right? Every time the pen drive is corrupted, my data is lost, right? That kind of difficulty is there. And then I need to maintain that particular pen drive. I need to handle that pen drive, right? So I don't want to do that. Second is data loss and recovery will be handled by me. If I want to upgrade my pen drive, I need to go to the market, purchase a new pen drive, and I need to call. If I want to share the data with someone, I need to go to their place and share, give the pen drive to them. So it's hard to collaborate. So that is why rather I use a Google Drive, right? Or Google Photos and share the data, upgrade the storage and all of that. So that is why every individual is storing the data in the cloud rather than taking a backup in the pen drive storing it. So if you see every individual is moving to the cloud, similarly all the companies also switching to the cloud because of this advantages. Okay. That is why cloud is important. Now, what is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you are accessing someone else's computer and you are paying for it, right? That is what you're doing. For example, when I was in college, I used to go to cyber cafe and used to pay them 20 rupees an hour and use their computer. That is what you're also doing in the Microsoft premise. So you are trying to access a virtual computers, which is given as a service to you. IaaS, infrastructure as service, PaaS service, or software as service, right? So there are three kinds of service which they can offer: IaaS, SaaS, and PaaS service, which you are trying to access and then paying for it, right? That is what you're doing. And then their infrastructure is deployed in different location. For example, if you go to Microsoft location, Microsoft locations, so then these are the different locations, right? So these are the different location in which they deployed their solution. That is what they have done, right? Which you are trying to access. Now there are different cloud players in the market. For example, you have Microsoft, Alibaba, GCP, VMware, right? So these are the different cloud players in the market. Now let's try to understand cloud. We understood. Now which cloud to learn? Let's try to understand that. Now there are different cloud in the market. Why we need to learn Azure, right? So like suppose all the cloud is good. AWS, GCP, all are powerful platforms. But why Azure, right? So suppose I post many LinkedIn content, right? I basically get more attraction in Azure. Similarly, when I post, when I see Azure opening, right, it has more opening. That is the first reason. But anyways, all the cloud is good, to be honest, right? But now if I think about it, every company uses a Microsoft product. For example, I have many friends who are working in Amazon, who are working in Google as well. They also use a Microsoft product. So Microsoft has a very good corporate penetration because of Office, because of VS Code, because of Git. So there are many products which Microsoft own, which is used in the corporate world. That is why they have a very good micro corporate penetration, right? And at the same time, Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI, right? So these are the two reasons why Azure is trendy and Azure is used everywhere. Now, when it boils down to me, right, I have switched many job in India in Azure domain. So whenever I want to switch a job from 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 LPA, and I wanted to switch job in India to abroad, I was always and always getting an interview call. And right now, many of my students are switching the jobs in this particular domain and they are getting an interview call. What is important is whether you're getting an interview call as well or not, right? Then only you can switch. So that is why I feel Azure has an edge. And at the same time, I feel that Azure has a good market share as well. The demands is also increasing. They're heavily investing in OpenAI. The salaries are also good, right? Everything is there. Now, when I also open Naukri.com, for example, right? And if I go over here, if I search Azure data engineering profile, and then if I search it, you can see how many jobs openings are there, right? So you can do that. You can search it. You can go to LinkedIn as well. You can search it. You can search in US. You can search in Europe as well. There is a job opening, right? And that is why people are learning. That is why Azure has a good potential, good market. Now we understood why cloud, what is cloud, why Azure. Let's try to understand why and what of data engineering, right? So suppose if I open this particular slide and then let's try to understand why and what of data engineering. And let's try to understand it very simple example. For example, I have a requirement, right? One of my friend is working in retail domain, right? Retail domain. For example, he has a retail company as ABC Retail Company, and his data is present in different systems, SharePoint, Oracle. So it has they it my friend has many friends, right? And then they all of friends, right, opened a company, and then somebody is storing data in SharePoint in a business location like Sarjapur. So they have different stores in Sarjapur, in Balandur, in HSR layout in Bangalore itself, and then they basically store the data at different location. Now, this ABC retail company opened by my friend, storing the data in different places. Now they want to understand total sales of different business unit, product of the year of different business unit, right? And then sales like customer age group sales, right, of different business unit. Then they need to basically collate the data at one centralized location. That is what they need to do, right? They need to migrate all the data point to one centralized location first of all. And they thought that, hey, why not, let's move the data to the cloud, right? Because it has all of these advantages which we have learned, right? And then at the same time they need to also do the dashboarding to understand the data, right? And then they need to also transform the data. Transform means once they move, they need to combine the data, try to make it like union the data, right? All of that they need to do. So it has three parts: data extraction, data load, and data transform, right? All of that needs to be done, right? Beside this, there is a architecture diagram needs to be created, right? So how the things will happen in general, right? This is how the things will happen. Let me open this thing. So they have a different source system. They need to move to the cloud and present this Power BI result, right? So if they need to migrate, so there are different things. So first of all, this my friend will go to the solution architect, right? He will go to the solution architect. He will first go, project manager will go to the solution architect. Solution architect will make a architecture diagram that, hey, architecture diagram means that he will basically create this kind of architecture diagram, right? And then admin will secure the architecture diagram, right? Secure mean networking, security, all of that admin will do. So architect will make the architecture diagram, admin will secure the infrastructure, right? And then data analyst will do the descriptive analytics, data scientist will do the predictive analytics, but data engineer will do the extract, transform, and load, which means that data 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 engineer will move the data, try to transform the data, right, and then load the data. That is what the data engineer will do. And then the architecture will be decided by the architect. Admin will secure the architecture. Admin will secure the architecture. The business analyst or data analyst will guide the make the Power BI report, right? And then data scientist will do the predictive analytics. But data engineer job is to do the extract, transform, and load. That is what the data engineer will do. So what is the day-to-day role of a data engineer? Day-to-day role of a data engineer is to develop the ETL pipeline, maintain the data mart, monitor data pipeline, check the code quality, check the data quality, enhance the data pipeline, implement the data governance practices, ensure the data lineage is good, document everything, What is not data engineering? This is very, very important because sometimes people start data engineering and then they are not aware what is data engineering in general, right? So what is data engineering? What is not data engineering is you will not work on building reports, building. So sometimes people call me and they say that Abhishek, do you teach ML models as well? ML model we will not teach in the data engineering course because that is not data engineering. That is a data science course, right? And then reports we will not teach Power BI because that is also not data engineering. We will not teach CI/CD pipeline because that is not data engineering. In some of the courses in the market, you will get that, hey, I will teach you Power BI, I will teach you CI/CD pipeline, but like that is not important to learn, and they will take one class, two class in which they will just tell you some basics of CID pipeline. This is not ideally it should work, right? So believe me, if you take like one class, two class in CI/CD pipeline, it will not help you at all, right? And then here the front end application, writing code, handling infrastructure and security, all of that is not data engineering, right? What is data engineering is this: extract, transform, and load. And to learn extract, transform, and load, what is required? Data factory, Synapse, data lake, SQL Server, Databricks, SQL stored procedure, ADF, data flows. All of that is required to learn data engineering, right? Now let's try to like open this, right? So these are the starter tool you should focus on. You should focus on learning data factory, Databricks, SQL DB, right? Synapse Analytics, DevOps, Data Lake, right? In between all of this, what is very, very important to learn, right? So what is very, very important to learn is Data Factory because that will help you to understand data migration, Databricks for transforming the data, SQL DB for transforming the data. These are the more important tool. Now Synapse Analytics, Fabric, all of that is built on top of Data Factory or little bit of Spark or little bit of SQL, right? But if you understand Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB, then your life is sorted. So we need to focus on only three tools. So suppose you will see many job market, many job posting, they are talking to learn Data Factory, Databricks, SQL, Event Hub, Kafka, I don't know, God knows how many things, right? And ideally, when you start, you should not confuse yourself with many things because you cannot learn many things. I can teach you many things, but you cannot learn many things, right? You cannot learn Data Factory, Databricks, SQL as well in a very, very good manner. So when you start, you should focus on very specific tool rather than focusing on many things which will confuse you. And believe me, that is basically enough to crack any job in the market, right? I am already cracking the job, so I know what needs to be done. So data factory you need to learn, data bricks you need to learn, and SQL you need to learn, right? That's all. And then Synapse, and then like your Fabric, all of that can be sorted. Okay. Once you learn all of this, then you can focus on stream processing, which is stream processing, SD Insight, Cosmo DB, all of that, right? But this should be your focus first. Data factory, data bricks, SQL DB, data factory, data bricks, SQL DB, little bit of storage, little bit of Synapse, little bit of DevOps, and little bit of Fabric. Now, sometimes people will ask me, Abhishek, Microsoft launched Fabric. Why not we should learn Fabric? Microsoft launched Fabric, but companies are not using Fabric, right? Because companies are using Data Factory since 2000 after SSIS, right? After SSIS is after SSIS, Data Factory is being used, right? So Data Factory is mostly used by the company in all the production environment. So it is Data Factory has been asked in the interview as well, rather than they are talking about Fabric. And if you learn Data Factory, if you learn Databricks, if you learn SQL DB, you can easily work with Fabric, Synapse, whatnot, everything, right? So let's focus on Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB. All right. Tools to learn, that is enough. Data Factory, Databricks, Spark, and little bit of SQL, right? Now let's try to understand these tools, right? How does this tools looks, right? So this is how your Data Factory looks, right? So if I open Data Factory, now suppose somebody doesn't know any coding and they are starting on Azure, right? They should start with Data Factory because here you don't need to write any code. You can drag drop the things and then you can move the data. So source, you can define that, hey, my source is SQL server like SharePoint location. You can select my SharePoint location, right? And then similarly, you can also select the sync, right? Sync is my SQL DB or whatever it is, right? Data lake storage. You can select that and you can migrate data. So over here you can see, right? If I want to migrate data from SharePoint to data lake, I need to make a connection of data factory with this, data factory with this, and then I can move. That is what data factory will do, right? Data factory will migrate the data, and then for this you don't need any coding, right? So coding is not required for this. So if you're starting in Azure, you should start with data factory in that case, right? Now, like now after that, you can also learn SQL DB, which is a SQL normal SQL database, right? SQL database. So for that, you need to learn basics of SQL, right? Here you can create a SQL DB and then learn it. Then now in SQL, your processing always and always happens in the single machine. For example, like in one machine, in my computer, this is one machine. So whenever you install SQL Server in my computer, the processing will happen in single machine. But when you have big amount of data, you rather need multiple machine that you needs to do the distributed computing. For that, we need Databricks. In Databricks, basically distributed computing happens using Spark. So here if I go, right, if I create a compute, here you can see that I am basically, here you can see 4 cores, 8 cores, right? And then this is the different machine. I can just like, this is single node machine, but suppose if I try to create like a shared compute, here you can see, right, minimum to maximum worker, and this is all virtual machine, D64, V6, D like D64, VS, D6, right? Microsoft, right? All of these are virtual machine ideally, right? So they are providing a virtual machine, right? That is what they are doing. So here you can do distributed computing. What does the distributed computing means? So suppose if you have a problem statement, right? And then if you have different machine, you can divide that problem statement to different, like 2 minus 2, 2 plus 2, 1 plus 1, and then you can calculate the result rather than one machine is doing a job. So it will do the distributed computing for you, which is the faster computing. So when you have a big amount of data, you will rather process the data in Spark, right? And then Databricks is created by the creators of Apache Spark itself, right? So suppose if I go to Databricks wiki, let's go to Spark first, right? Spark wiki. Spark is open source unified engine for large scale data processing. It helps data parallelism and fault tolerance, right? And to work with Spark, you basically you need to know one language: SQL, Python, Scala, Java, R. If you know one language, you can work with Spark. Apache Spark is multi-language engine for executing large data engineering and data processing. Now, Spark can run in Fabric, it can run in Data Factory as well, it can run in AWS Glue as well because it is an open source. Then you can ask me, Abhishek, why should I learn Databricks? Because it can run in many places, right? Because Databricks is created by creators of Apache Spark as well. So Databricks is created by and founded by the creators of Apache Spark. So when it comes to Spark, Databricks is much more mature tool. And when it comes to Databricks, Azure Databricks is also opted by different cloud player. Azure Databricks is also there. GCP Databricks is also there, right? So because it is so good that all the cloud players adapted this the Databricks, right? So if you work with Databricks, you can apply to any job related to Databricks. That also you can do. And the knowledge which you will gain by learning Databricks will be applicable in all the cloud, right? That is also there. But to learn Databricks, you should know one language, either SQL or Python, right? All right, let's try to conclude everything, right? So now why cloud? Cloud is basically help us to collaborate, helps us to collaborate, helps us to basically maintain the data very easily, right? And then upgrade is very easy. That is why we are using cloud. What is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're accessing someone else's computer, you're paying for it. Why Azure? Because every company uses a Microsoft product. They have a heavy investing in OpenAI, ChatGPT, right? That is why Azure. Why and what of data engineering? Data engineering nothing but extract, transform, and load. What are the tools to learn? We need to learn Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics, SQL, Fabric, Logic App, Key Vault, many things. But we need to really focus on Data Factory, Databricks, Spark, like Databricks, Data Factory, Databricks, SQL, right? These are the three things, and Spark, right? So these are the 3 to 4 things we need to focus on. Now to work with Data Factory, you don't need to know any language, SQL, Python, or anything. You don't need to know. For Databricks, you need to know one language, either SQL or Python, right? Then you can manage with that. Why I'm saying manage with that? Because if you want to write a Python code as well, right? If you go to Databricks, you can easily write a Python code, right? Here you can just write, you can go to the Microsoft Assistant, you can write, if you know SQL, you can write select star from table A, inner join table B on A.id equals to B.id, right? Convert into PySpark. So all of the refactoring task and all of that task is not so difficult nowadays. You can just use the Spark UI. You can also go to ChatGPT and do that, right? All of that can be easily done. So coding is not a problem, but you should syntax wise understand one language so that you can talk, right? Then you can understand what is join, what is aggregation, what is window function. In general, you understand all of this. That is why one language is good to know. Okay. All right. So we understood this. We also understood why and what of Databricks. Then coding is required. How much coding is required? So coding is required means for Data Factory, coding is not required. For Databricks and SQL, coding is required. Either SQL or Python is good to go, right? How much coding is required, right? How much coding is required as in, so you can just like, there are many platforms to learn coding. You can go to W3 school. This from here also I learned SQL. You can learn all of this SQL, right? And then you can learn all of this Python as well. That also you can do, right? This is enough. Or we have a courses about SQL and Python. That also you can opt for, right? So we offer a MySQL course, a Python course, which is also detailed courses, which you can also opt for and learn Python SQL, right? That also you can do. All right. So now who can learn, right? So let's try to understand who can learn. And for that, I will tell you the different courses which we have, right? So suppose if I go over here, if I open courses, then we have a Azure data engineering courses, right? Now this particular course, Azure data engineering course, is good to go course for anyone who doesn't know. So let's write it down, right? So suppose somebody is there, the first profile 1. If you don't know coding, SQL or Python, or if you know coding and starting in Azure cloud, right? It can be 2 cases. Then you can go for Azure data engineering course. Okay. Now what we will teach in Azure data engineering course, let's try to talk about it. Okay. So in Azure data engineering course, we will teach you Data Factory basic to advanced, Databricks basic to mid, Synapse basic to mid, Fabric basic to mid. You don't need any coding experience. If you are from sales background, if you're from marketing background, if you have 5 years of experience, if you have 10 years of experience, then you can basically learn. And why you can learn? Because we are focusing on Data Factory, which is the orchestration tool which will help you to move the data from different platforms, right? And then it will give you overview means detailed overview about how data moves in Azure cloud. That it will help you. It will also give you, this course will also give you 3 years of experience. For example, if you are a Power BI developer, then you can also do the projects with us, write in your resume that you have, like suppose if you have 5 years of Power BI experience, you can write 2 years you have worked in Power BI, 3 years you have worked in Azure data engineering projects, and you can do projects with me. We will teach you 3 real-time projects, right? And then it's a personalized trainings, all of that you guys already know. And then you can also download the course curriculum from here, right? So suppose here you can see, right, what we teach you in this course curriculum, we teach you Azure basics, then what is the storage, what is link service integration runtime, what is the different copy data activity, how to implement a for each loop, how to do the parameterization, what is lookup activity, how to do the Git integration, what is Medallion architecture, Lakehouse architecture, Key Vault, if else activity, trigger, synapse analytics pipeline, right? Factor dimension, slowly changing dimension, key vault, sorry, logic app. So we will teach you all of these things, right? And then we will do three projects. One is centered around data factory, one is centered around Databricks, one is centered around synapse. Okay. So this course is good for anyone who is basically like don't know any SQL and Python, right? Or no coding as well and starting in Azure and less experience, right? Less experience means less experience, like if you have less than 3 years of experience or for less than 3 years of experience, you can go for this course. What we will teach in this, we will basically teach you data factory in detail. And then we will also learn data bricks, synapse analytics, fabric, warehouse concept, logic app, key vault, all of that we will also teach you. Okay, and this is enough for anyone who is a less experienced guy, like looking for a job up to 20 LPA, right? 15 to 20 LPA, up to 15 to 20 LPA. This is basically enough. Now there can be a second profile, right? So second profile can be some people come to me and they say that Abhishek, I am interested in big data processing only, right? And I know coding, right? Because to learn big data processing, you might need to learn either SQL or Python. SQL or Python, you know already. Then in that case, you can go for the Databricks and Spark course. Databricks and Spark course, right? Over here, if you see, we will basically teach you big data processing. We will only and only focus on Databricks and Spark, right? We will do 2 to 3 real-time projects, right? And this is the course curriculum for that, right? So over here, if you see, we will basically teach you Databricks in detail, Databricks Spark architecture, Databricks overview, Databricks administration, cluster creation, PySpark pandas, transformation actions, different processing, right? And then we'll focus on Spark optimization, detailed Spark optimization, Unity catalog, SCD implementation, repartition, collage, short merge join, broadcast join, autoloader, right? Cluster, liquid clustering, everything we will cover. Few of the topics which I said, such as liquid clustering, which is recently introduced by Databricks. So if you go to Databricks, right? Databricks, Delta 4.0. So they basically introduce a liquid clustering concept, which we will also teach you, right? And then this is also a very recent upgrade, which will also teach you. We will teach you dynamic partition pruning, all of that we will be covering, right? And then we will do two projects. This is the Lakehouse architecture project, and this is the second project, right? These are the two projects we will do. So we will basically cover the very latest Lakehouse architecture and also the 2021 architecture, right? The benefit of doing this course is you can apply to any job related to Databricks, be it a Azure cloud, be it a GCP cloud, be it a AWS cloud. You can apply to any job, right? That is the benefit of doing this course. The second benefit of doing this course, we will focus on Spark, right? Detailed of Spark. That is what we will focus on. So if you do this course curriculum, the knowledge of Spark can be used in Fabric, can be used in AWS Glue, can be used in any cloud, right? That also will be done, right? I won't be covering DBT. Somebody told that, like, hey, do you cover DBT? DBT we will not cover because Microsoft itself has an orchestration tool. When you're working in Snowflake, right, there DBT makes more sense. And in the DBT, in our Snowflake course, we have a DBT. We will cover DBT in detail in the Snowflake course, right? That is what we do. But in this course curriculum, we will not cover DBT. Okay. All right. So if you're focusing on big data processing and this, right, your main focus, you can go for Azure Databricks and Spark course. Azure Databricks and Spark course, right? We will cover Databricks in detail, and Spark in detail, right? And the benefit is applied to any job related to Databricks, applied to any cloud job, which can be Azure cloud job, AWS cloud job, GCP cloud job related to Databricks, and Spark knowledge can be used in Fabric, Glue, right? And then it can be used in Synapse and data flows as well, because data flow also use Fabric knowledge. So whatever you learn, it is a universal. It can be used everywhere because Spark is used everywhere. Now somebody says that, hey Abhishek, I am an experienced guy, and like and want to start on Azure, right? Want to start on Azure. So suppose if you are experienced guy, for example, more than 3 years or 4 years of experience, looking for more than more than 15 to 20 LPA, right? 15 to 20 LPA. So if you're looking for that, if you want more package, and then when you have more experience, you need to learn both, right? So in that case, I suggest you to learn Azure data engineering course and also Databricks and Spark course, and learn for 4 months in that case, right? Because when your expectation is more, company also expect more from you, so you should learn both in that case. All right. So you can go for a combined course in that case, right? So suppose if I go to courses, live courses, combined course. So you can go for a combined course. Here we will teach you everything: ADF, Databricks, Synapse, Spark, everything, right? And then you learn for 4 months in that case, right? So here we will teach you everything in that case. Azure data engineering in detail, Databricks Spark in detail, right? Everything is covered in this course curriculum. We will teach you 5 projects. We will teach you everything. So benefit of Azure data engineering also you get, and Databricks and Spark also you get, but you don't need to learn parallelly, one by one. So first we learn Azure data engineering, and then we will learn Databricks and Spark, right? Now sometimes people have a question that, hey, how my learning journey will look like, and then where we will practice, right? So in Azure you can practice in free subscription. So Azure offers you a free subscription of a month. So you can practice in a free subscription of a month, right? That is what you can do, right? And after that you can upgrade your account to pay as you go, which will cost you $5 to $15 a month, right? That is what it will cost you. So after a month, you can upgrade your account to pay as you go, or you can create another account by using another credit card or a debit card. That also you can do, right? So here we will practice. Here we will do all the projects. Now, sometimes people have a question, Abhishek, how my learning journey will look like, and how we are able to complete 3 projects in 2 months duration of time. Why we are able to do that? Because whenever you do projects in the company, you have many dependency. You try to decide the architecture diagram, you try to decide the data sources, you try to figure out how the project needs to be developed. But here all the projects is developed by me, and then I'm trying to teach you without any error. So you need to replicate and understand the project, and then do some assignment to fully get your hand dirty, right? So that is why it's doable in fast manner. So if I show you the learning journey of any of the course, right, what we generally do is After every class there is a homework. After every class there is a homework, and then class by class. So suppose in first class itself I will tell you the problem statement, and then class by class we will start building projects. And after ninth class, one project is done, right? So suppose I am basically building the project in the class real time in front of you, and then I'm teaching you, right? That is what I'm doing. So this is how you do it, the things in the company as well, right? So first somebody gives you a requirement, and then and then day by day you try to build the project. So this is what we do, right? So I'm talking all the architecture diagram, and then I'm doing everything real time in front of you without any error. And after all of this is done, right, so we again start building another project, another project, another project. And if after all of this is done, we are again building another project. So here if you see, by class we are learning everything: cache, persist, predicates, push down, the dynamic partition, pruning, unity catalog in implementation. And then after all the project is done, I am telling you how to handle scenario based question, what are the technical challenges you have faced, and then how to introduce yourself, how to explain a project in the interview, and how to optimize an Naukri.com profile and a LinkedIn profile. And then I'm giving you the project explanation so that you can write the project in your resume. And then I'm giving you the sample resume so that you can prepare the resume. And then I'm giving you the interview question, which is not a chat GPT-fied interview question. All of the interview question is prepared by me by appearing to the different interview. So it is a foolproof plan how to get a job, right? So first of all, you need to basically prepare the project, then write the project in your resume, then provide the interview question, which is prepared by me, right? And then appear for the interview, right? And then crack the interview. So you won't be able to crack the first job, but you will be able to crack after giving 5 6 interviews. You will be able to crack everything if you are following this routine, right? So this particular course will help you to crack the interview one by one, rather than suppose if you go to YouTube, right? If you search any course, it is difficult to understand and crack the course, the by Azure data engineering courses, right? Over here in the in the YouTube. Reason being that when you go over here, they will teach you things, but they will not teach project. And if they are doing a project, you won't be able to understand from him that, hey, how the project got initiated, and what was the team size, right? And then what are the technical challenges you have faced in the project, right? And then how do you develop those projects, right? And then how do you write those projects in the resume, right? And then what are the interview questions can be asked from the project, right? All of that is not given to you. It is not given to you in the Udemy. And then if it is given to you as well, then you cannot interact with the tutor. So all of that is given to you. That is why we will help you to do all of this, right? Okay, fine. So we understood who can learn. We now like where to practice, that also we learned, right? So a fresher can also learn, 5 years of experience guy can also learn, and then more than 5 years of guy can also learn. If you're from Power BI background, you can learn. If you're from mainframe background, then also you can learn. If you're from SSIS background, then also you can learn. If you're from Informatica background, any other background, sales background, marketing background, you can also learn. It is just like you need to follow different path, right? If you're from sales and marketing background, you might go for the Azure data engineering profile. If you know SQL and Python, you can go for Databricks and Spark as well. If you're an experienced guy, go for both. So you need to choose accordingly, right? And then the course is structured accordingly for you so that you can opt for the courses, right? Now, if I summarize everything for you so that it's very, very clear that how we need to proceed, right? So suppose this Azure data engineering course provides you 3 years of experience. You can learn ADF, Databricks, Synapse, Fabric, warehousing. You will do 3 projects with us. You will learn data migration, full load, delta load, ADF, Databricks, Synapse. You will gain 3 years of experience. We will learn everything from the scratch. You can crack up to 15 to 20 LPA. You can start attending the class from tomorrow onwards. The class starts from 7:30 p.m. IST. It will go for 2 months, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. We will have the class. Okay. Similarly, there is a Databricks and Spark course as well, right? Which also gives you 3 months of 3 years of experience. We will learn Databricks, Spark, Unity Catalog, modeling architecture. We will do two to three projects. You will learn Databricks. You can apply any job related to Databricks. You will learn Spark architecture. You will learn big data processing. You will learn Unity Catalog, modeling architecture. You can gain 3 years of experience. You need to have SQL or Python knowledge. You can gain up to 15 to 20 LPA. This particular course, if you want to opt for this particular course, you can get the recordings right now for the live course, right? And you can upgrade to live course after 2 months, because this with this course we will start after 2 months, right? or after 1 month we'll start this particular course. And if you're an experienced guy, you can go for a combined course in which we learn 4 to 5 projects, right? You will gain 4 to 5 experience. You can learn ADF, Databricks Synapse warehousing, right? And then data migration, full load, delta load. You can apply any job related to Databricks. Who can do this? Anybody can do this. If you have a salary expectation more than 15 to 20 LPA, you can do this particular course, right? And then this course also you can join from tomorrow 7:30 p.m. IST. Monday, Thursday, Friday we will have the class at 7:30 p.m. IST. Then this is the conclusion about everything. So now if you don't know any coding, if you know coding as well, if you're starting in Azure, go for this course if your experience is less. Now if you're specifically looking for big data processing course, go for a Databricks Spark course. And if you're an experienced guy, if you're looking for more than 15-20 LPA, go for a combined course because this will help you to learn everything. All right. So this is the conclusion about everything, right? So let me check the slide if I have missed anything, right? All right, I think we covered everything, right? Now, if you're looking for any sort of a course, right, and if you want to enroll for the courses, right? So suppose this particular Azure data engineering course uh, is costing 20,000 rupees, right? And then similarly, your Databricks Spark course is also over here as well. It's also 20,000 rupees, right? And then the combined course over here, combined course means both of them is 2020, but here it's 33,000 rupees, right? But in the today's demo, we are giving everything in discount, right? So now what you can do is you can enroll for Azure Data Engineering course in 18,000 rupees. You need to pay 10,000 rupees now, rest after a week. Similarly, combined course, you can get it in 30,000 rupees. You need to pay 20,000 rupees now, rest after a week. Databricks and Spark, you can get the recording now, right? Recording price in the website is 8,999, but you can get it in 7,999. And now if you're looking for Azure data engineering recording, combined course recording, anything of that sort, you can get the discount in our website in 10% discount after the demo that you will get, right? Now I'll send the payment link, and then this particular offer is valid till today 11:59 p.m. IST, and after that this particular offer will expire, and also will close the registration for the batch, right? Um, so for like so we will close the registration after the batch, and then we will also share some couple of recording, 2 to 3 recording, which you need to review before the class tomorrow, right? Or you can review it in the weekend, right? Some basics class has happened, 2 3 class basic class has happened, which you can go through the recording and then start attending from tomorrow. All right, so this is the conclusion. Now I'm sending you the payment link in the chat, right? And then if you have any question regarding anything, you can also ask me. Okay, give me a moment. So now, as I told, Azure Data Engineering course is 20,000 rupees. You need to pay 18,000 rupees, and then 10,000 rupees now, rest after a week. Combined course is 40,000 rupees, right? Get in 30,000 rupees, pay now 20,000 rupees, rest after a week, and then database recording is this. And then you can pay in this particular account, right? And then share me the screenshot on this particular number, right? Or if you have any question, if you want to use credit card or any question in general regarding the payment detail, you can ping me on this number and I will assist you with the question. And this particular offer is valid till today 11:59 p.m. IST, and then the offer will expire, right? So this is the detail of that. Now, if you have any question about anything, you can ask me now, and I will be happy to assist that. So give me a moment. I will give you the chance so that you can unmute yourself and ask questions. All right, guys. So if you have any question regarding anything, you can ask me now. Anybody has any question regarding anything? I have given an unmute option. You can probably go ahead and ask. Can I combine the 3 years and greater than 3 years of experience? Can you please explain your question? Uh, uh, Babula, so can you please explain your question? Anybody has any question, guys? You can unmute yourself and ask if you have any question.
Happy birthday to you. Nobody likes you. You look like an adult.
So there I will guide you how I got a job in Germany, right? That I can guide you. What kind of a resume I made, what kind of projects I have written that I can guide you and assist you. If you have any question, you can also unmute yourself and ask guys now. I think you have unmute option now already. Azure Data Engineering and Databricks Spark for Big Data combined. Yes, so for Azure Data Engineering course and Databricks Spark course means combined course. You are right with that, okay?
Yeah, hey Abhishek. Hi,
Yeah,
Sudhir here.
yeah.
Yeah, hi Abhishek. I'm working in Germany from last 3 years here. I want to shift into Azure data engineering side. Uh, I don't have experience in Azure data engineering, but considering the market situation, so I want to upgrade and upskill and then move into that area. So like, what do you suggest for me?
Which
Because
profile
considering
you are
you
working
have
right now?
I worked on multiple profiles. Like I have overall more than 18 years of experience if I consider Indian job market. So, but I'm not putting the entire experience in German market now. So, uh,
So what is
I
your
worked on
experience
multiple.
like if you
Yeah,
if
I, I
mostly in which experience?
yeah, mostly into I worked for in DevOps side. I worked in database administrations. I was part of release and build and release teams.
In cloud
Uh,
itself?
so yeah, in cloud. Yeah.
Okay. So I think you are like experienced than like in Azure Data Engineering. So you are more experienced than me. I am experienced in Azure Data Engineering domain, particularly in Azure
Mm-hmm.
Cloud. But you
Mm-hmm.
can understand that whenever we are doing a project in company, generally you have one DevOps guy and one admin guy, which
Mm-hmm.
handles like one, two projects, and then there are many data engineers working. So in my pro
Mm-hmm.
company as well, we have two to three data engineer, four data engineers, and
Mm-hmm.
then there might be one DevOps guy who is helping two, three different projects.
Mm-hmm.
So DevOps and admin are less in the company. That
Mm-hmm.
is why the requirement of data engineers are more. So many of the DevOps people and admin people are coming to data engineering. But now, when you learn data engineering, suppose if I am a data engineer and
Mm-hmm.
if I know DevOps and I know admin, I will stand out in the company very easily because company don't want to hire a DevOps engineer. They want data engineers sometimes to do the DevOps job as well. So if you learn data engineering, your profile will stand out, and your
Mm-hmm.
admin and DevOps knowledge which you have will also help you
Yeah,
in
my
the
question is,
market.
yeah,
Yeah.
got it, got what you're saying. But my question is like, let's say, I'm currently looking in German market. So like, how many years of experience I can showcase in my profile, and how easy is it to move to data engineering side in Germany? Like, I don't know, like if
Um,
you, I saw your profile, like you mentioned you worked in Germany, so
it
I thought you
it
are the better
depends.
person. Yeah.
It depends. So suppose it depends on what is your expectation
Mm-hmm.
in terms of monetary value of the things. So suppose
Mm-hmm.
um, you also understand that basic like 0 to 3 years of experience when you move to
Mm-hmm.
Europe or whatever it is, right? So
Mm-hmm.
basic salary is 50 to 60K in general,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that is the basic which you should like put, right? But now suppose if
Okay.
your expectation is increases, right? Your
No, I think
expectation.
my expectation is let's say 60 to 70K or maybe because I'm
So
looking
you can
to
put
up.
3 to 4 years of experience,
Mm-hmm.
and then with that particular experience, I also suggest you
Mm-hmm.
to rather go for a combined course.
Mm-hmm.
Why combined course? Because that gives you a more options. Suppose when you learn
Yeah.
more, it gives you
Okay.
more option because Databricks Spark you also know, Data Factory also you know, so that gives you more option to ideally switch.
Okay. So like if I take the combined course, like let's say I finish the Azure data engineering course,
Mhm.
and can I start applying for jobs after first?
Yes,
I
so
mean,
this is
at
what we
least for
will
the
do.
roles.
So
Okay.
once you finish the Azure Data Engineering course, you already have a overview about Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics Fabric, all the services,
Mm-hmm.
and then you will learn Databricks Spark in more detailed manner.
Mm-hmm.
And when you finish one course, you will apply to the job. Like you
Okay.
can prepare your resume, start applying to the job. That will
Mm-hmm.
give you the option to understand that how you need to portray yourself in the interview.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 months, you can learn parallel and also you can apply to the job and then understand
Okay.
whatever you have learned.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you have learned in the right direction or not, or you need to basically, because I know like I am teaching in the right direction, but you also
Mm-hmm.
need to understand from your perspective
Mm-hmm.
and change a little bit, alter a little bit, because
Mm-hmm.
technology is changing. The interview question
Okay.
might change, right? So
Okay.
accordingly, you need to basically understand the real world by like applying to the
Okay.
job. So this is how we
Okay.
will do.
So
Yeah.
would you be able to help me in, I mean, at least for job, for interview preparation and resume preparation for me, like
Yes.
in
Yes.
German
I
market?
will be. I will be sharing the
Mm-hmm.
sample resume to you, right?
Okay.
How
Okay.
I prepared the resume, that also I will show you, and I will
Mm-hmm.
also show you the different people. Like I have more people from India than you from US, then from
Mm-hmm.
UK, and then European market. So I can share few of the resume of my
Mm-hmm.
students who got a job
Okay.
in European market in general,
Okay.
and then you can prepare the resume accordingly.
Okay. Great. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, Abhishek. Yeah. I'll just go through it and
All
yeah.
right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, guys. Anybody has any question? Let me go through the question. What is the duration of the course when the class is starting? So class is starting from tomorrow. Duration is 4 months for combined course, 2 months for Azure Data Engineering course, 2 months for Database Spark course. All
Uh,
right. Yes.
Hi, Abhishek.
How
Salil this side
frequent?
again.
One by one, please. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I was talking to you over the phone. The call got disconnected. I thought you are in the demo, so I joined it.
Hmm.
So basically, you were telling me that you should know SQL and Python for Databricks.
Yeah.
So my observation is that whatever you are telling, whatever you are training us in the training classes, I can understand that.
Hmm.
And in the meantime, while the classes are running, I will go through AWS school, AW3 school, and try to learn the basics of SQL and Python. And if any assistance required, I'll ping you.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, basically, what I'm trying to say is
I will
that
be
whatever
assisting
you're
you. I will be assisting you with not a SQL and Python learning. So I will just clear the expectation. So I will be assisting you with all the question related to Azure data engineering domain in general. Now, suppose if you come to me and say that Abhishek, what is NumPy, what is Pandas, what is list, what is dictionary, I can tell you, but I won't be regularly helping you with Python and SQL courses or Python and SQL questions because I'm not teaching that right now in the course and that is not agenda of the course. If you are looking for that kind of assistance, either you can go for a Python SQL course taught by me or you can learn it by online anywhere, but I can just help you. Like I can just answer some basic question, but I won't be regularly answering those questions. But I will answer all the questions related to Azure data engineering in general.
okay. So no, so in that case, I would require a roadmap from you that okay, this much you should learn from SQL and Python.
Hmm.
Maybe if it is from your course that you have
Yeah,
trained
I
people
will.
on
I'll be. I
SQL
will guide
Python,
you on
or
that. Yes, I will guide you on that.
okay, that will be great help. Thank you.
Yeah, and also I will give you the interview question related to Python and SQL. But now sometimes it also happens that you are not able to resolve some SQL query or 4 or 5 SQL query you have, and you want my assistance on that. I can just guide you, but I won't be regularly helping you on that because I am not teaching that in the course. For that, you might opt for a Python SQL course guided by us, or you can also learn it online somewhere. Okay.
So is it recorded or you have a separate class for Python SQL?
I do have a both recording as well and also separate classes like live class and also recording.
So what is the duration of live class? And
Yes.
is it combined Python and SQL combined?
No, different Python, like first SQL and also differently Python. But I suggest you to learn SQL first for you, basically, rather than learning both first, right? So you can like focus on SQL learning
Uh,
first, and we recently started a SQL course that you can also register and learn SQL first.
okay, and
Yeah.
what is the duration?
1.5 months.
Okay, okay. When was it started?
Uh, Yesterday on Tuesday.
Okay, okay, okay. And the fees?
Uh, Fees is, you can check it in the website. It's written over there. You can check it out.
Okay.
All right. Anybody has any question, guys?
Hello? Yes.
Yeah.
Um, okay, I've just joined your SQL class,
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
on Monday actually. So I wanted to know what time is this class starting? You
This
said it's
is
starting tomorrow, but what time of the day and how many days will be?
7:30 p.m. IST is the
7
time.
p.m., not
7:30,
a.m.
not AM, because SQL is AM. This is in
Yes,
the evening.
I see.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
think you are one from US, right? So SQL
No,
class. Yeah.
I'm from Africa.
Africa. Okay. What is the
Yeah.
time difference?
I think it's 3 hours, 30 minutes. So 7:30 p.m. will be, you are ahead of my time zone. So that will be like 4 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
4 p.m. my
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And you said it's every day or twice a week?
Monday, Thursday, and Friday.
Monday, Thursday, Friday. I see. And when you said the your Indian rupee and USD, what is the rate like the full cost? How much would that be?
It is 18,000 rupees in INR.
And that would be how much in USD?
You can convert it like 1 second. You can just do a Google and convert this 18,000 to like 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It
that
will.
is a full package.
That is Azure data engineering package. But if you want to go for a combined course,
Yes,
you need to pay
combined.
third. So you want to go for a combined course?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1 second. It is around 341 US dollars.
Three
41.
341 USD. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And duration for this you said is
4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Would there be any overlap between the sequel and this one?
No, it won't be never
No.
overlap because I always teach in evening and the sequel will be in the morning.
Okay. No, in terms of the course content.
No, SQL is just
Okay.
SQL, and I'm not teaching
Okay.
SQL. I am teaching Azure
Okay.
data engineering in general. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What is your name? I might ping you.
Kwashi Kudiabo
Okay, I just pinged you, right? Today only, I think so.
on
WhatsApp.
on the okay.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Anybody has any question which I can answer?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it seems I've been here before. Yeah, when you first did the introduction, because then you asked us to pay like 17,000 or something
Mm-hmm.
rupee, but then I have some issue, some challenges. So I'm just some health challenges. So I'm just getting out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So and I'm happy now that you reintroduced this again,
Mm-hmm.
data engineering. Did you say the class has already started, the Azure data engineering?
Yeah, 2, 3 classes happened, like some basic classes has happened. But if you join from tomorrow, you can go through, like you can learn it, and you can also go through the 2, 3 basic classes which has happened through the recording. None of the practical implementation has been done, so you can easily catch up. So
Because
they are two.
I'm
Yep.
just starting from the scratch, like, and when you miss the beginning,
Mhm.
it's always very difficult to catch up.
So the whatever I taught in the today's class, such as like, hey, what are the different cloud is there, and then like what is data factory in general, right? So this is what I covered in first class. So this is very basic class, like 2 recordings is there. If you just play it for 1 hour, 1.5 hour, you can easily get understand things. And if you're not able to understand things, I can just help you to understand things, but you can easily catch up. There are 2, 3 classes which has happened, which can be easily understood. And I won't I will not add you to the course if you cannot understand, right? So that is my basic responsibility. So if you cannot understand, I will not add you the course anyways.
All right, no
Yeah.
problem. So the payment detail is in the chat.
Yeah, payment details in the chat. Yes, you're right.
Can I use PayPal or something?
Can you ping me on my number and I can assist you with this
Okay,
transaction? Okay.
I'm on WhatsApp. Is it? I have the channel on
Yeah.
WhatsApp.
Yeah, I will. I'm sending you my number. You can ping me on my number.
Okay, I'm going to do it right away.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Anybody has any question which I can answer? All right, guys. So let's conclude the masterclass. I will just try to repeat things. Azure data engineering for anyone who is looking for 15 to 20 LPA, doesn't know any coding, no coding as well, then also you're starting. If you're looking for big data processing, you can go for Databricks Spark. If you're an experienced guy, go for a combined course. Okay. All right. So let's conclude it here. If you have any question, you can ask me now. Otherwise, let's conclude it here. The payment detail is in the chat, and also this is the payment information. I'm also sending once more. You can copy paste that somewhere with you, or you can ping me on WhatsApp. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, guys. See you then. Bye.